December the 9th. It's a Monday. It's about 50 degrees out, and it's the first pretty decent day we've had in a couple weeks. It was down in the 20s for a little bit. The two younger ones here are doing great. Jeffee and Effee. His little buttons. They are so close. The skin is so tight right there. But Miss Rollin, she's over there eating some of the corn out of the bucket. Everybody else is just over here relaxing. Nice warm day. I was able to clean some water buckets and do a few things out here I've been trying to do, but everything's looking good here. Hi guys. So I wanted to let you guys know something has happened to the buck. Hold on, I'm on in the other pen, but he has jacked up his leg somehow. I darted him yesterday when I noticed that he wasn't using that right front leg at all, and I was afraid he had been shot because gun season was just like a week ago. Oh man, that just breaks my heart. I do have a call to the vet. I left a message waiting for him to call back to see if if anything can be done. I seriously don't know. I mean, do you cast a grown deer? Cast a leg? I just don't know. Anyway, I'll keep you guys posted on him, but I got orange hanging kind of all over the place. I think the trees are blocking it. There's another patch there, but since we were talking about the buck, I know I said I would tell you guys the story about when he jumped the fence, and really it's not a big deal. It just dealt with this tree that came down here. When this tree came down, it took down the fence. It was almost to the ground, but it was like, I don't know, 3 or 4 foot right there. It's about waist high. And everybody got out. Well, not everybody. The tame ones plus the buck. That's who was on this side at the time. And the tame ones, I was able to just, shake a little bucket of corn, and they come running right back in. So when that happened, I pushed, or I led everybody over to that side. The yellow tag girls, they just happened to already be over there when that tree came down. But as I had everybody separated because those yellow tag girls were beating up on Linzee, and so the yellow tags were on the other side, and the tame ones and the buck were over here at the time. And everybody's up there eating out of buckets. It was feeding time, but I wanted to check on the buck. So anyway, Linzee and Rollin, Effee wasn't even around yet, but Linzee and Rollin, they got out along with the buck. And Linzee and Rollin, I led them back in just by shaking a can of corn. And I led them over to the other side put him with the yellow tag girls, and I hoped they would get along. And then I had to go get a dart and dart the buck to get him in, because there was no coaxing him back in. But the buck just, at the time, he was just kind of hanging out over here, so he didn't go far. So I was able to dart him and get him back in here pretty quick. So that's the whole story on him. And because he got out and we got him back in, that's why we named him Shadee, over the Eminem song. Shadee's back, back again. Something like that. I can't remember exactly how it goes. It's a kind of old song, but so that's why the buck's name is Shadee. So, but a few days ago, I noticed the buck limping, and it looked like he was just being very light on that leg. And then yesterday he wasn't using it at all, but it was raining, rain all day yesterday, but I darted him in the rain, and that's why I didn't film it. I didn't record it to put on YouTube. It would have been a good video, but well, that's what they do when they're about to be in heat, isn't it? Well, the buck's in there with her. It's that peeing and rubbing your legs together. I will never understand that. So, Shadee. Yeah, but for the last couple of weeks, every time I came in the pen, he was laying down. But everybody was laying down, you know, so I didn't really think nothing of it. You know, usually the fawns would come up and I would, well, she's doing it too. I think that's Effee. Oh dear God, she's in there with her dad. Trying to look at the ear, because Effee won't have an ear tag, and I sure don't see one. Wow, she's peeing like that too. All right. There's Miss Linzee. Miss Rowe. Everybody's on alert right now. I can't figure out what they're all looking for, though. Guys, I'm so sorry that it takes me so long to actually get a story out of my mouth when I'm actually in the pen. I obviously get very easily distracted out there, but when I listen back to this, I missed a lot of points. So I'll kind of quickly retell the story about the tree coming down and the buck jumping the fence. But so the tame ones plus the buck was on that side. That was Linzee, Rollin, and the buck when the tree came down, right? So the tree came down. They all ended up jumping over that little short thing, and they were just out there exploring in little territory that they've never really been in, right? I notice it. I run to the garage and get a little coffee can full of corn, come out, shake it, and Linzee and Rollin actually jump over that thing to come right back into the pen. So I led them over to the other side, which is where those yellow tag girls were, and that is when 38 put that gash on Rollin's side. The picture here is actually several months later, just when she's shedding, but you can kind of see that obviously something had happened to her right there. And then, of course, I go get a dart and dart the buck. I ended up patching patching up that fencing area right there real quick. So within an hour, I had, you know, everybody back over and separated again. But unfortunately, they did run Linzee. They got her to ramming into the fence again. And I ended up just pulling her over, even though the fence was down. But we were over there working on it, so nobody, you know, tried to go past us to jump it, anything like that. So that was, I think, the third, maybe the fourth time where I had put everybody together and, you know, 38 and 45 were still not liking Linzee at all and fighting her. So, all right, so now you know that story. Guys, I'm so sorry. I'm a horrible storyteller, but you did notice some orange hanging around. That was strictly because gun season was just like 10 days prior to this. And I don't know all the neighbors, but I just wanted anybody that was in the woods to know, you know, don't shoot this way, please, that kind of thing. So, on this video, you probably notice there's some music in the background. I'm just trying out a couple different things. I don't know. Do you like the music in the background real soft, or should I just take it out? I don't know. Just a thought. I thought I would try it once and see how it goes. And I'm trying some intros and some outros. So you'll probably see some of those popping up. I'm going to try different ones until I find the one I really, really like. Now you guys may see some new deer coming to the pen soon. I have a friend who is interested in raising deer. He's in the early steps of getting all the approvals and stuff. He doesn't even have his pen set up yet, but he's gonna go ahead and buy a couple deer and put them with mine until his pens are set up. At least that's the plan we're gonna try to go with. So I'm pretty excited about that. Excited to have a friend doing this, because honestly, I don't know anybody around me that that raises deer, although I, you know, haven't went out trying to meet anybody. The only guy I know is the people that I actually bought my deer off of. Today's December the 13th. It's feeding time, and of course all the tame ones come up to get first dibs. We already have one of the yellow tags there waiting in line. I'm amazed how big Effee is. And really, I think Effee looks a lot like Rollin did last year. Like they have almost such a similar face, almost the same face, that many times I accidentally call Effee, I call her Rollin. I've done that a few times. But I'll be coming out with a wash rag here in a minute. I know Jeffee and Effee got a few little eye boogers going on, but I'll get those out of there in just a few minutes. But everybody is doing good. It's about 30 degrees out right now. The snow hadn't quite melted off, but it's trying to. The buck still has the bum leg going on. Let's go find him real quick, see if he's up or not. All right, I just found him, and he is kind of relaxing back there. So I'll just leave him be, but he's still about the same. He just kind of carries that leg around. Everybody else is doing really well. Everybody should be about 5 weeks pregnant right now. Everybody is still getting along too. So I am keeping that little gate system set up there open. And letting everybody freely run both sides. It's working out pretty well. Nobody's been fighting. Everybody's just kind of hangs out together now. So I'm perfect with that. That's exactly what I wanted. Just want everybody to get along. I'll be adding a third pen eventually, probably next year, on the other side of, well, see that orange hanging there, that there's a fence right there, and on the other side of that it's not a pen, it's just open up to the road. But I'm going to build a third pen because I'm going to, be needing to separate bucks from everybody else and that kind of thing. So I think 3 pens is the minimum. I can run a deer farm, a functioning one. So yeah, I will definitely need a third pen by fall of 25, just like 9 or 10 months from now, because I'm going to need to separate Effee from Shadee. They won't even be able to see each other through the fence. They'll try to fight through the fence. I don't want that kind of drama going on. So, but when I had Shadee down from Dartname just a couple days ago, there was nothing obvious. There was no puncture wounds, no blood. So I don't think he was shot. I don't think he was stabbed by another buck, a wild buck on the other side of the fence somehow. I just don't know. But please let me know what you guys think of this editing. Thanks for watching, guys, and I will catch you on the next one.